Hello everybody, planning rubric 3, using knowledge of children to inform teaching and learning. The question is, how does the candidate use knowledge of children to justify instructional plans? See the word justify. Alright, and you're going to accomplish this through the primary sources of evidence in this one, which is planning commentary prompts 2 and 3. And I want to discuss the key concepts of this rubric, one of them being deficit thinking. And it's all about expectations. You want to make sure that your expectations for children are high. And basically what the deficit thinking term means is that a pattern of low expectations are set for children, and appropriate support is not planned for or acknowledged, no acknowledgement of the student's strengths, and that is a deficit view. Again, we discussed this in one of my courses I teach, that in order to be successful with a large group of students, you need to change your mindset from not from what they can't do to what they can do. If you focus on what the students can do and you identify those and you plan supports for that, then you can accommodate them to meet the same objective that you have for the entire class. Obviously, maybe in some special cases of an IEP, you may have to make modifications or changes to the objective. But for the most part, you need to change your thinking. What they're looking for when they're scoring this is a change in thinking of an attitude of what students can do, not focused on what they can't do. All right, and then prior learning is another concept in this rubric that's key. What do the students know? What do they already know that they can link to this new learning experience? And then we're going to get into assets, personal, cultural, and community assets. Okay. Again, now we're going to go right down to 3. Let me check my time here. I still got a couple minutes. This is what I want to focus on. And the primary criterion as to how you're going to be graded on this is how you justify. And by justify, they mean how well you write, and you make explicit connections, very clear connections to what children have already learned or know, and based on their cultural backgrounds or assets, personal, cultural, community. In a prior learning example, the candidate states, and this is an example of prior learning, the candidate states that the children have previously sequenced 3 events from a story. So now they are ready to expand the retelling skills to include up to 6 events in the current lesson. Assets example. Here we go. Candidates explain that since many of the children live on or near a farm, and have experienced growing food, the candidates will use that knowledge to help children learn sequencing in a book about plant life cycles. So kind of keep those. I love seeing examples like that because it helps put things in perspective. And then you can go to the secondary criterion, where you refer to research or developmental theory, and these are where a lot of where your textbooks come in to provide that research and theory aspect, the academic aspect of writing, and you just want to make sure that these connections are clear. So you want to make sure that you find somebody who wrote something about prior learning, and maybe even more specifically prior learning and the different types of assets, personal, cultural, and community assets, and how those connections are clearly made. All right, and it gives you a couple scenarios. You want to make sure that you provide, to do it right, whenever you do that and provide research and theory as evidence, you want to make sure that the connection is clear and that you provide the necessary evidence to score that secondary criterion, which is right here, at a level 3. Okay, 5 on the nose.